Hello, good morning. It's almost morning. It is still morning, but it's 11:55, and I just came from the gym. I was supposed to wake up at 7 a.m., but I could not really make it 7 a.m. Um, I need to start waking up at 7 a.m. like I used to before I moved to this apartment. Uh, so something I need to work on it over and over because I don't know. I just can't imagine waking up at 10, 11. Like that's not really good schedule. I haven't used my alarm for a long time, but now I need to use it even more. Anyways, today I have to finish my paper and then I have to work on another paper, then I have to do some coding. All those things are going to be done today, which is a lot thing to do. But I just want to come here and make a video, 15 minutes video before I jump into the breakfast and jump into the work that I need to perform for now. Just a reminder that I am working on the I'm working on the paper that asks why do what does how does educational attainment correlate to income inequality, right? Like the mean years of education, the mean years of schooling, or MYS, should lead to less income inequality. So we should see the positive, the more years of education should be equal to negative income inequality. Not necessarily negative, but less income inequality. We cannot have zero income inequality, but we can have less income inequality, and it's what I'm studying right now. Then I'm using other variables, other models, like I'm trying to see things like the access to technology, the quality institutions, the rule of law, the effective of government, right? And the goal is to see if there is any correlations to that. So that's what I'm working on right now. So I have to write the paper. I've already done like an introduction. I've already done a literature review. Then I'm just going to be doing just simply the coding, the explaining the methods. Then after that is just I explain the results and do a conclusion, and I'm done, right? 20 to 25 pages should be enough. Anyway, so today I just want to say that I marked the December 3rd, December 4th. Today is December 4th, 2025, and I have 28 days, 26 days before the end of the year, and that'll be marking my first year here in Washington, D.C. Tomorrow is going to be snowing as far as I know. Let me check my calendar here. It's supposed to snow tomorrow. Let me check over here. I hope it's still there. If it's not snowing, it should be good. Why doesn't my weather map works? Okay, the map is not working. Anyways, the weather app is not working. I don't know what's happening here. Strange, right? Never happened before. So anyway, so what I was trying to say is that it's very busy. No, it's not like I'm busy, just like a little stressed about this coming 2 weeks. Next week will be finals, and I only have 2 finals because the one I'm doing right now is the final paper. I prefer final paper than the final exam because I feel like exam is stupid. Like I really don't need to take exams. That's for middle schools. I don't need to like understand the economic theories. I don't need to understand like all those things. unless I'm going to be doing a PhD program. What else have I updates to? I haven't been able to upload that many videos. I try to upload every single day, but it's still very challenging. It is still very hard to sort of get everything done, get everything running, keep the momentum, right? But here I am in that's my toast, finishing toasting. So that's what I can say. Is just that it's getting cold here in DC, and it's getting colder in the times when the school is closing. So that means I won't have chance to like go to class. I'll just be sleeping home until February. I think that's when they open up. They open up in February for spring semester. It's been a good journey so far. I was supposed to give professor reviews tomorrow and give some critique, and like I don't give professor reviews. I don't care much. It's not something that I really. I'm not gonna give anything. I'm not gonna give professor reviews. I think it's stupid. I think like what do I have to give? What do I have to tell a professor? Like they did what they're supposed to do, right? You just teach, give him materials. I think for me as a person, personally, the purpose of being in school isn't necessarily to learn like a bunch of theories and mathematical formulas. The purpose of me being in school right now is to be like an employee. I do some work and I get graded and I get told if it's wrong, if it's correct. It's like working in a company and your manager tells you this is wrong, this is correct. And then if I have a question, I can just ask, right? But I don't see myself as like a student. I don't even consider myself to be a student. I have passed that stage of being a student. I am on a different level. So that being said, I do not give professor reviews. I do not. If I have to, I will give a positive review because I really don't care. Moving on, Washington DC is doing great. I believe today there's an investigation for somebody who plotted a bomb in Washington DC in one of the pipes during January 6th. I think it was on the GOP building, something like that. And FBI didn't know who was and who did it. And it's been like 5 years. They never found out who did it. How can you not find out somebody who did plot some bombs in random places in Washington DC? That's completely strange, right? But anyway, that's what I just read from the news. The news is very slow right now. There's really not much going on. We have moved on from tariffs. We have moved on from war in Israel and the war in Ukraine, and so there isn't really not much going on right now. Extremely slow days. So maybe I don't read the news. Maybe there's nothing going on. I really don't know. I haven't watched the news for a long time. But a couple weeks back, not a couple weeks ago, a few days back, I was watching a documentary about Baltimore's crime rate, and I was surprised. Like a lot of things that we see Trump is doing actually has some background. Like I never really thought that Baltimore had a very high crime during COVID-19, during COVID times, and it kind of makes sense why the GOP is sending a lot of National Guards in different parts of the states. But anyways, there are a bunch of there are still ICE in migration custom enforcement rumors going out there, and so much going on right now but for this year, at this moment, even though the government opened up, there is still really not much going on. I haven't seen a rebound. The AI that which is why when I started this video, which is why I started this particular channel. The AI is still going on, right? There's still a lot of deals happening, right? OpenAI is still building more and more deals. They are now expanding to shopping, so now you can do shopping in AI. You can ask AI to give you some recommendations. And I was thinking the other day that couple years back, I did a venture capitalist internship where I was looking at different AI companies, evaluating the whether they are good to invest in or not. And I had a bunch of AI companies that I was evaluating, like a ton of them. And 2 years later, what we see is a lot of AI companies, and some of them are successful. So now AI is coming like a big of a deal. However, there hasn't been any productivity, so we are still waiting to see if AI is really gonna hold on, because programmers are complaining that when they use program to code, I use AI to code. When people use AI to code, you end up debugging the AI. You end up actually spending more time debugging than actually writing a code. So actually, this is what I've been experiencing as somebody who does scripting for my research paper, right? Because I do scripting with R, Python, Stata. You type in the prompt and then the AI gives you like Python code, which you don't need. Then you have to tell you, give me R code, and it gives you R code. Then you look at the R code, maybe you copy and paste. Sometimes it's wrong, sometimes it gives you like very completely wrong code. Then you have to tell you which code you want. Then it gives you the right code and you paste in your computer and it doesn't work. Gives you errors and you spend time debugging it. That frustration is what most programmers go through, especially the new programmers and the CS students. Before, because I did coding bootcamp before, when you did programming, the universities were spending time teaching how to debug, right? It's the number one thing they teach people is to learn debugging, learn how to fix problems, how to fix issues that arise. Now AI, and that means that you are fixing something that you have created or someone else has created, so there is some mutual understanding. But when you with AI, you are fixing something that was written by something else, by an algorithm or something, and then you have to like copy the same mistakes, paste in there, then it has to see the mistakes, then fix the mistakes, then it could do the same thing over and over and over. Would that be a good thing? We actually don't know, nobody knows, but it's been really not, it hasn't been productive to programmers, but it has been productive to other things. It has never been productive in writing. When you use AI to write, it makes zero sense. Like, you have to make sense of it. For researchers, it's a good thing. I think that's why where AI is like Google, AI is meant for researchers, right? Because if you're doing good research, you can actually write research based on AI. Like, it gives you good prompts, it gives you good writing stuff. Because if you look at the research paper, it never makes sense. You have to be a researcher to understand what's being written. So for AI, that's a great job, and that's because AI is written by researchers. This AI comes from people with PhDs, where they are just implementing different Python to create an automation, right? So the whole purpose of the AI is just to do the automation stuff, and a lot of things that it does is basically more like AI based. It's more like research based than like simple stuff. So if for writers who are writing an article, news article, it's gonna look like AI. So AI is still out there, it's still popular, but it's losing the momentum. It's losing the track. And so that's what I got for today. Thanks for watching. Like always, ciao ciao.